Great, off you go. Donc, je veux que tu me parles normalement, tu vas me parler comme si, voilà, enfin, c'est même pas comme si, tu vas me parler comme si nous avions une conversation francophone en français, toi et moi. Donc, qui était la dernière personne avec qui tu as parlé avant moi? Avant de me parler, tu as parlé avec qui?
J'ai parlé avec ma copine.
Est-ce que c'était en personne face à face ou est-ce que c'était au téléphone, à l'appareil?
C'était au téléphone à l'appareil.
Tu n'as pas besoin de dire les mêmes choses. Moi, je t'offre, I'm offering you, je t'offre les deux possibilités. You can say à l'appareil or to be honest with you, à l'appareil is more businessy. Like, yes, hello, you know, Mr. Watkins on the phone, Monsieur Watkins à l'appareil, whatever. Okay, cool. Where the fuck did I get Watkins from as a name? Okay, good. Excellent. Tu lui parles ou tu l'appelles combien de fois par semaine?
Je l'appelle environ 4-5 fois par semaine.
Ok, et est-ce que c'est un appel normal ou est-ce que vous faites un tout petit peu de Skype? Est-ce que vous faites les appels sur Skype, visuels?
Non, c'est juste les appels normaux.
Ok, les appels non.
Non, normal.
No.
Normal.
That's it. Say for me the special effects.
Les effets spéciaux.
Lovely. The postcodes.
Les codes postaux.
Lovely. The national parks.
Les parcs nationaux.
Luke and Ian, well, Ian is. Luke and Ian are normal.
Luke et Ian et Normand.
Ah.
Sont normands.
Lovely. Miriam and Jane are... Jane, my God, I'm sounding like some kind of 1970s book. Sorry to anybody called Jane. It's a perfectly lovely name, but it's not like a young name. Miriam and Jane are normal.
Miriam et Jane sont normaux, but that's not
No,
right.
because they're both chicks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sont normal.
Sont normal.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're not saying that all... I love the evolution of your brain, because when we started, j'adore l'évolution de ton cerveau, parce que quand on a commencé, et quand je t'ai expliqué al devient o, tu étais horrifié. Tu pensais que... Quoi? Normaux? C'est quoi cette merde? Les mots qui terminent al, pluriel, masculin, o. Les mots qui terminent al, a-l-e-s, a-l-e-s, ça marche, mais à condition que ça soit, as long as it is feminine. So you can have, the girls are normal, les filles sont normales, the guys are normal, les garçons sont normaux. Yeah, so al. Now this also goes for adjectives. This goes for adjectives as well as nouns. So for example, un journal, deux journaux. Un hôpital, deux hôpitaux. So it goes for al, plural. Yeah, so most, I'm trying to think, are there any al nouns that are feminine? I can't think of one off the top of my head. So anyway, so the point is, un appel, masculine. So for normal calls, pour les appels
Normand.
That's it, okay. Excellent. Oui, pour les appels normaux. Super. Quand est-ce que tu vas l'avoir? Quand est-ce que tu vas l'avoir?
Donc, je vais la voir cet week-end.
Good. À ton avis, le mot week-end, est-ce que ça vient de l'anglais ou ça vient du français?
Ça vient de l'anglais.
Donc à la base, il y a certaines exceptions, there's certain exceptions avec les mots comme, par exemple, la cuisine italienne. Tu as la pizza parce que tu as la langue française et la langue italienne, il y a beaucoup de similarités. Donc on sait très bien en français que certains mots, bien qu'ils soient, although they are, bien qu'ils soient foreign, whatever, okay. Donc à la base, ce que j'essaie de te dire, que c'est si ton mot vient de la langue anglaise, c'est masculin. If your word is from English originally, it will be masculine. How do you say marketing in French? Le marketing.
de marketing.
You can say commercialiser or look, whatever, like, to commercialize, but it's a word we've taken. All of these following words are the same word in French. Okay, how do you say karaoke in French?
Karaoke.
Le karaoke. It's which language is karaoke from? Japanese, yeah. So le karaoke. How do you say chewing gum, which came after sort of the Second World War from American GI? So le chewing, yeah, because it's so most. It's an interesting question in terms of sorts of gender and language. The other interesting question is now that the whole trans community is being recognised, it's very difficult to be trans linguistically in France because you need to choose male or female at so many points grammatically. Do you understand? So
right.
It's like, whereas in English somebody would be allowed to represent themselves as their, well, they won't be allowed to, that'd be their choice, whatever, so them or they, or however they pronoun themselves is obviously their decision. But in French, the minute you start, so interestingly, sometimes it helps because, like, his body, son corps, her body, son corps. But if you've got, so that works for gender. But for example, I'm happy, je suis content. If a girl said I'm happy, what would it be?
Je suis contente.
So by definition, it's impossible to be gender neutral.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you're going to automatically have to be, So also linguistically, if you change gender, as more people tend to have the facility to do so nowadays, it's just like, okay, you are a she, but you yourself talking about yourself, none of your language changes. Okay, you've got other things to deal with physically, you're going through that surgery, whatever, but none of your language changes. Just how people talk about you in English, oh, her, she, rather than him, her, him, he. But if you're French, or even Spanish, or any of the Latin language, every word you've ever said is going to have to change. Does that make sense? Not every word, but you take my point. So it's quite an interesting concept. Good, excellent. Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire aujourd'hui après avoir fini ton petit cours avec moi? Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire plus tard?
Je vais travailler au boulot et donner des cours de tennis.
Des cours de tennis, les cours de, ok?
Les cours de tennis.
Il fait beau là en ce moment, il fait quel temps?
Oui, il fait beau ici. Et il fait un petit peu chaud,
Oui.
mais...
Et est-ce que tu es quelqu'un qui est capable de travailler avec la chaleur? Est-ce que tu as l'habitude de travailler? How do you say I'm used to working?
Je suis habillé de travailler.
That means you're dressed. I'm very glad, otherwise you'd be breaking laws. Although I found out last week that in England, if you're naked, you're not breaking the law, but to be a public nuisance is breaking the law. So I guess if you walk through somewhere with your dick out, you're not breaking the law, but if you jump up and down with your dick, you're breaking the law. So anyway, so what's the verb to get used to?
Habitude.
So you've got three. Let me explain the files.
Yeah.
S'habituer à. Give me the dictionary definition. S'habituer à. Copy me. S'habituer à. Just copy me. Copy me on it before explaining it. So, s'habituer à.
S'habituer à.
To get used to doing something. So, s'habituer à faire quelque chose. Yeah. So that is the process verb. That is the transformation. That's the kind of like, before this I wasn't used to it, now I'm used to it. So if that's a reflexive verb, how would you say I got used to speaking in French with Luke? It's s'habituer à. How do you say I got used to speaking in French with Luke?
Je m'habille.
Right. If I gave you se laver, how would you say I got washed?
Je me lave. Je me suis lavé.
Lovely. If I gave you s'habiller, to get dressed, how would you say I got dressed?
Je me suis habillé.
Lovely. Now, if you're hearing, je me suis habillé is completely fine French, but if you're hearing s'habiller, you know that it's a vowel word, don't you? It's se and habillé. So that kind of also tells you that you'd also get away with je me suis habillé. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah, because it's habillé. Great. If I told you same shit, different verb. If I told, that should be my name on my website. Same shit, different verb. If I told you it was s'habituer, to get used to, s'habituer, how am I going to say I got used to?
Je me suis Je me suis habitué.
Lovely, great. So it's s'habituer à quelque chose. S'habituer à quelque chose. How do you say I got used to speaking in French with Luke?
Je me suis habitué à parler
Lovely,
français.
lovely, lovely. Now, in expressions where we have a de and we eradicate the de and what comes next, we swap it for an en. What do we use when we eradicate the a and what comes next? Which pronoun do we use instead of the a?
A Y.
Don't fucking give me a letter and don't give me in English. Give me the sound and give me in French.
I.
Thank you, better. Alright? A Y. Not wrong, but not what I want to hear in a million years. Right. So, how would you say I got used to it? So, je me suis habitué à XYZ. Je me suis habitué. So, how would I say that with the something in the middle of it?
Je m'y suis habitué.
Je m'y suis habitué, lovely. Because otherwise, you'd be like, je me suis habitué. Well, to what? Yeah, okay. Great. So that's the process verb. So similar to the process verb, I adjectively am now already used to it. I am habituated to it, you know. So say I am used to speaking with Luke.
Je m'habitue.
No, not the process. I am now used to speaking to Luke. Je suis habitué à parler. So it's coming from the same place. It's coming from the same place, but it's basically saying I am, now the process is finished, used to speaking with Luke.
Okay. Je me suis
No,
habitué.
there's no process verb. It's just I am.
Oh yeah, sorry. Je suis habitué
Finish it off. Je suis habitué.
à parler le français avec Luc.
Lovely. À parler français. So you can say, right, you can say parler le français. You can also say parler français. It's one of those verbs that will allow the lack of an article. Great.
Okay.
The other one, the sister one, is avoir l'habitude de.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Sorry, avoir l'habitude de. So say I was used to speaking in French with Luke. I was used to speaking in French with Luke using this one.
Okay. J'avais l'habitude de parler français avec Luc.
Perfect. Great. Excellent. Super. Okay, so good. Quand est-ce que tu vas l'avoir? Donc, tu m'avais dit, tu étais en train de me dire que tu vas l'avoir ce week-end, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, je pense.
Et quand tu dis tu penses, est-ce que ça veut dire finalement elle ne va pas venir ou est-ce que c'est en fonction de, depending on? What's the verb to depend? Dépendre. Donc ça, what's the pronoun that comes next? Dépend de. Ça dépend de. Okay? Not ça dépend sur. Not that depends on. Lovely. But en fonction de ta disponibilité, for example, according to. According to is also selon. Yeah, but it's a bit formal. Donc, quand tu viens juste de me dire, ouais, ça dépend, ça se peut, it's possible. So, pourquoi est-ce que tu as dit ça se peut? Est-ce que tu n'es pas sûr? Tu n'en es pas sûr?
Ouais, je suis pas sûr parce que ça dépendra de.
Or even present tense, ça dépend de.
Oh, so even if it is in the future.
No, you can, but you can just say, well, it depends on. Yeah. So basically in English you could say, well, it will depend on, or it depends on whether or not, you could use both as well. Ça dépend de. Okay, carry on.
Ok, ça dépend du temps, si il ferait beau ou quelque chose comme ça, mais si il ferait... No, that's not right. S'il ferait beau...
Pause. If you are using the word see and you are talking hypothetically, it is also one of the very well-known things that knocks us into the was tense. Remember my preaching? It's brr. We'll always go into the 1, 2, 3 past. Unless it's a mental verb, je voulais. Unless it's an if verb, if I knew the answer, si je savais la réponse. So s'il faisait beau, okay. So if it were nice, we would do this. So it's a common pairing. If we were something or other, we would. Or if we had, we would have. Just do a couple of those for me. If the weather was nice, we would go to the beach.
S'il faisait beau, on irait à la plage.
Great. If the weather had been nice, we would have gone to the beach.
c'est